Hi and welcome to my match preview. Arsenal take on Nottingham Forest this weekend, 12:30 p.m. kickoff, an early kickoff. And the question is Eberechi Eze going to finally make his home debut, and Arsenal going to get back to winning ways after losing 1-0 to Liverpool at Anfield just before the international break? If you're new around here, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be doing a live watch along for the Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest 12:30 p.m. kickoff, as I said, at the Emirates here live on YouTube and also on my TikTok channel. If you haven't already done so, make sure you go and follow me there. So let's get straight into it, guys. Club football is back. The international break is done for now. But we've got a lot of games coming up thick and fast now. We've got obviously Nottingham Forest on the weekend. Then I believe we've got the Champions League starting midweek. Next week, I think we've got Atletico Bilbao. I believe it is. Then we've got, I think it's Manchester City away. And I believe we've got the Carabao Cup. And then we have Newcastle as well. So yes, the game are coming thick and fast. I believe the Man City game is actually at home. I'll double check that. But yeah, listen, either or. It's neither near or there. The game are coming thick and fast. But let's preview this Nottingham Forest game first. As we all know, the last time we played Nottingham Forest was late last season. Earlier this year, actually, was in February. We drew 0-0 away to Nottingham Forest. Obviously, we did beat them at home last season. I believe that we beat them 3-0 at home last season. We played them quite early in the season. I believe it was around November time. That was basically when Arsenal played Nottingham Forest. We were able to beat them 3-0. And I believe like the goal scorers were if I remember off the top of my head, who were they? It was basically, oh God, who were they? We had, I think Bukayo Saka scored, Thomas Partey scored, and Ethan actually scored in that game as well. So yeah, 3-0, emphatic win. And yeah, we were there basically with the 3 points. Can we actually replicate that? The good news is that when we look at the injury front, it's still basically the same injury list prior to the international break. So for the first time in a long time, I believe it's like the first time in 13 years, Arsenal have come back from an international break with no injuries. I'm not even touch wood. I'm not trying to jinx it. As the time of recording this video, there's no new injuries reported after the international break for Arsenal. As we know, Saliba is definitely still out. Apparently, he's going to be out for the next 3 to 4 weeks. The good news is Bukayo Saka is back in training, but is he going to be fit enough to actually play in this Forest games? I've seen rumors to suggest that he might actually be fit enough to feature. Is he going to be able to start, or is it going to be a case of he plays bit part in this game coming this weekend? Up to me, I'll be resting Bukayo Saka. As I said, we've got a lot of games coming up. We've got the Champions League, we've got Manchester City, Carabao Cup, we've got Newcastle coming up. Up to me, if I was Arteta, I'll just be saying to Bukayo, listen, I know you want to play, but listen, we need all our good players going forward. Saliba is already out for the next 3-4 weeks. With Jesus, it's not coming back anytime soon. Kai Havertz is still on the sideline. We don't know what's going on with Norgard at the moment. He's still got a knock, but we're gonna get the updated injury update on Friday's press news conference from Mikel Arteta, and obviously we're still waiting on Ben White as well. Is he going to be fit enough to actually feature in this game? But the good thing is, when it comes to Arsenal, is in this season we've got good enough depth, which is basically what we didn't have in that 2022-2023 season. If I can push back your memory, that was the last time that Arsenal actually lost against Nottingham Forest, and that was back. It was game week 37. Game week 37, Arsenal was pushing for the Premier League title against Manchester City, and Nottingham Forest was basically trying to avoid relegation. It was one of those 6-pointer games. Arsenal win, we're still in the title race. Nottingham Forest win, they're safe from relegation. And guess what happened? Arsenal lost 1-0. Our knee gets the goal. It was a mistake from Martin Odegaard. I remember that game. That was when we was wearing that black and gold kit, the formidable black and gold kit. And Martin Odegaard passes the ball back. God knows what he was doing. It was intercepted. Morgan Gibbs-White went running in, passes it over to our knee. Gabriel Magalhaes obviously tried to make the tackle. Ricochet backs off our knee, and it goes in the back of the net. And basically, that was it for the rest of the game. We couldn't make any more chances. We make a couple of mistakes along the way. And obviously, they went on and won the game. They were safe from relegation. And then the title was basically given to Manchester City. And that was the first time Arsenal came second. That was the change in Arsenal's sort of trajectory, because we had Jesus and obviously Zinchenko came in that season and basically transformed the club. And obviously that was the first time we got second and second and second again. But that was the last time that Arsenal lost against Nottingham Forest. That was 2022-2023 season. And as we know, as I said, the last time we played Nottingham Forest, they played the back five. We even heard it from Nuno Espirito Santos. He's no longer the manager. I know I'll get onto that in just a moment. But the last time we played them, Nuno basically, after the post-match interview, he basically said the reason why we played five at the back is because we knew that they didn't have any strikers. And if you guys remember, we had a lot of injuries. You know, Gabriel Magalhaes was out. Saliba was out. We had Kai Havertz was out. Saka was out. Jesus was out, and Marino was playing false nine. But fast forward to this season, we're definitely looking a lot different. We've got more strength in depth. The good thing is obviously if Bukayo Saka is out, we've got Nana Madueke, who actually played well for England in the last two international games during the international break. He scored a goal, first England goal. Congratulations to him. Mikel Merino also got 4 goals for Spain. Obviously scored a hat trick against Turkey as well. Declan Rice got an assist and then scored. I think he scored a goal and got 2 assists. Basically, same thing with Martin Odegaard. He's got a new trim, guys. Hopefully, he can replicate that when it comes back to the Arsenal. The good thing is when you're looking at this squad, and now we've got great strength in depth. If Saliba is obviously going to be out for the next 3-4 weeks, it's reported that Mosquera potentially is going to play. He played well against Liverpool. Let's be honest about it. If Ben White is not fit enough to start in this game, if obviously Timber, obviously he's going to be starting in a right back position. I'll get into my predicted starting lineup very, very shortly. But it's one of those games. And any other day before the international break, I basically said Arsenal should go in and actually win this game. We should be winning this game. Had it been Nuno Espirito Santo was still the manager. However, we all know during the international break, Nottingham Forest decided to basically bite the bullet and sack Nuno, and obviously went with Ange Postecoglou. This was not a great news, I'm not going to lie. It was one of those things I was hoping Nuno was still going to be in charge, but we've got Ange Postecoglou, and we already know how he's going to play. Has he actually learned from the way he used to play against when he used to play when he was the manager for Tottenham Hotspur? We're going to have to wait and see. And it just happens to be, considering that obviously he was the manager for Tottenham, where there was a bit of a rivalry there when it comes to Ange Postecoglou. Now his first game coming back to Premier League management is going to be against Arsenal Football Club. How do I feel going into this game? I'm quite confident, in all honesty. I do expect us obviously to win. We're playing at home. We lost our last game against Liverpool. And obviously Nottingham Forest, they did actually lose their last Premier League game as well at home to West Ham. They lost 3-0. It's reported that they got a couple of injuries. I think Ola Aina is out injured. Obviously, he got injured during the international break as well. But let's be honest, they've signed a lot of players during this transfer window to the point where I even lost track. They managed to keep their club captain and Morgan Gibbs-White. He's playing well at the moment as well. And obviously, they've made a few new signings. They got Hutchinson, obviously, through the door as well. They got Douglas Luiz, the ex Aston Villa player as well, and a bunch of whole other players, which I can't list right now. But it's going to be one of those games where Ange Postecoglou, how is he going to set up? If he's going to set up the same way he normally plays when he used to manage Tottenham, then there's a chance that there's ideally Nottingham Forest are going to leave some gaps, hopefully for us to be able to exploit during this game. Now, if you look at the starting lineup, so what starting lineup would I be actually be going for in this game? I mean, it kind of chooses itself considering that the players that are available at the moment. It's got to be David Raya in goal. You know, David Raya in goal, Timber right back, Mosquera and Gabriel partnership in the centre back role, and it's going to have to be Calafiori. Lewis Skelly only played 1 game for England during the international break. He didn't play in the second game. It wasn't an injury. It was just basically he wasn't included in the squad. And he hasn't actually been getting that much minutes when it comes to this season. But let's be honest, he's still got a long way to go. And this was kind of like the similarity when it came to last season. He wasn't really playing that much when it came to when for Arsenal up until Calafiori got injured and obviously got pushed in. But yeah, that would be my starting lineup for the back five. And obviously in the midfield, it's going to have to be Zubimendi. And then it's going to have to be Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. Front three, I'll be going with Eberiche Eze. I think Martinelli basically needs to take a rest. Gyökeres, and I'll be starting Madueke for this game. Let Bukayo Saka rest. As I said earlier, we've got a lot of games, important game, Champions League game. We need to get that up and running. You know, we need to win our first game as well. So yeah, that would basically be my starting lineup for this game. Let me know in the comments below. As per usual, who would you be going for in your starting lineup when it comes to this game against Nottingham Forest at home? And also my predicted score. I'm going to be going with my last with a predicted score of hopefully it's going to be an Arsenal win, and I'm hoping for a 2-3 nil win. Considering our last home game against Leeds, we did end up winning it 5-0. I don't think it's going to be the same similarity when it comes to the way, obviously, Nottingham Forest are going to set up, especially being managed by Ange Postecoglou now. So he's gonna want to obviously get that new manager bounce and get a win, especially away at the Emirates. But we have to have our wits about ourselves and know what we're getting ourselves into, and basically just get back on that winning horse. We can't, because when you start losing games, it just becomes a downward trajectory, and everybody's gonna start saying, "Oh, Arsenal are out of the Premier League," and we don't want to be having 2 games lost, 4 games into the Premier League season. We can't have that on the sheet. So basically, that's basically what I'll be going for, a 3-0 Arsenal win. Let me know in the comments below, as per usual, what would you guys be predicting? What's your predicted starting lineup? What's your predicted score going into this game? And also, don't forget, if you haven't already, I'm going to be doing the live show, live watch along on Saturday, 12:30 p.m. kickoff. Make sure you like and subscribe as per usual. And hopefully, I'll be seeing you guys during the game live here on YouTube on Saturday. Until then, Gooners, have a good one. Take care.